see you again, Anne.
You are coming to Bergen in Norway, February 14th, 2011. Before you visit Norway, I'm going to search for 5 people who lead without a title in Norway. Could you let Norwegians know what does it mean to lead without a title?
Well, first of all, Anne, I'm really excited to be coming to Norway. So leading without a title is really leadership 2.0. I believe you can lead without a title. The old model of leadership is dead. This idea that you have to be a CEO or managing director or a billionaire or have this high position in society to lead is no longer valid. And really what The Leader Who Had No Title, my book, and what this presentation, this workshop in Norway will be about is that no matter who you are, whether you're a taxi driver, a teacher, an entrepreneur, a manager in a business, you answer the phone, you can still lead without a title. Because lead without a title isn't a position on a business card. It's a way of being. It's about innovation. It's about being inspirational. It's about working like Picasso painted. And if everyone would embrace this lead without a title philosophy, they'd not only do genius level work and become more fulfilled, but ultimately we'd change organizations and we'd change the world.
Could you give me one example of a person you've met that you've, it was a leader without a title?
Well, I see it regularly. I see taxi drivers, their cars are clean, they're passionate, they're wearing a white shirt, rather than making excuses like a lot of taxi drivers and saying, I'm just a taxi driver. They have a sparkle in their eye and they understand that everyone can make a difference through the work that they do. But there are no extra people, and we all can show leadership. So we did a renovation at our office in Toronto a little while ago. There's a gentleman who showed up to install the carpets. And again, he could have said, I'm just a carpet installer. I wish you could have seen him, man. He'd been installing carpets for 55 years. He had so much passion, so much attention and detail. His commitment to excellence, it was almost like the Mozart of carpet installers. To me, that's another great example of leading without a title.
And you have been meeting thousands and thousands of people all around the world. And you say you don't change people's lives, but what would you say? Do you inspire them to do more out of their life? Well, what's your mission?
Well, the reason why I say I don't change people's lives is I don't want people to give me their power. So what I do is I'm a leadership teacher. I've worked with some of the best organizations in the world, Nike, General Electric, FedEx, IBM, Microsoft, and I work with companies and I work with people in companies, and I really help them remember that they can show leadership. And so I help them think like a champion. I help them become peak performers in busy times. I help them shift from useless toil to valuable work. But I also help them improve their personal life as well, because in The Leader Who Had No Title, I say to be a great leader, first become a great person. So I help them think like a champion, I help them get into great health, I help them balance their lives, but primarily I help people lead without a title so they can go to work and do genius level work.
Can you be a leader without a title and have a title as well?
Yes, you can. I mean, I talk to a lot of executive teams, and what I say to them is, if you are deriving your power within the organization from your title, you're in a very dangerous place. Because if you lose the title, you lose the power. And there's a much deeper power that all managers with titles have, and that's the power to influence. Because ultimately, Anne, leadership is about impact, it's about influence. And so those managers, yes, they might have titles, but I encourage them, derive your power within the organization from your impact, from your influence, from how excellently you do your work so that people respect you. And if you lose the title, you still have the respect. I mean, a lot of what I'll focus on in the workshop in Norway, I mean, it's going to be inspirational, but tons of ideas on peak performance and leadership and building a great career, a great organization, and an exceptional life. But one of the things is, Steve Martin said it well. He said, be so good that people can't ignore you. So how do you really do that genius level work? We'll be focusing on that.
If a person wants a successful personal and business life, what would be your top 3 advice?
Number 1, schedule. So every Sunday or on the weekend, plan your brilliant week, because the things that get scheduled are the things that get done. Most people spend more time on their summer vacations than they do planning their weeks or their lives. So that's one of the things that's challenging. Number 2, to get balance, take time for yourself. I remember doing a presentation a while ago, someone from Istanbul, he was a jet fighter, he showed up at my presentation. He said, Robin, when I was a jet pilot, I flew before I flew. And he meant, he go through his checks and balances and calibrate and go through his flight plan before he flew. So the second thing to balance is take some time for yourself and prepare yourself to go out in the world and be world class. Maybe it means you read in the morning, or you write in a journal, or you meditate, or you exercise, but it's really very important. And I think the third thing to get balanced is spend time with your family. So when you have a strong family foundation, you're actually better at work. I've met a lot of billionaires or successful CEOs. They're great in business, but they've lost their family. They have nothing.
You have said a bit about it, but what can a person who attend the event, the full day, it's an exclusive full day event with you, what can I expect to get out of this day?
Well, first of all, spending the day with me at the workshop, they will learn what leadership is really all about. And I think ultimately the number one competitive advantage of any business in the world right now comes down to one imperative: growing leaders at all levels. So this lead without a title philosophy that the new book, The Leader Who Had No Title, is based on, it's a game-changing philosophy for any business that is serious about building a winning culture and a winning organization. So they'll learn all about that. They'll learn about innovation. They'll learn about how do you stay focused and productive in a world of Twitter and Facebook and all this distraction. Really, really important. They'll also learn the habits of the world's most successful leaders, artists, sports athletes. So I'll take you through a lot of the science of exceptional performance so that they can do what the 1% do, so they can get the results that only 1% of the people in business get. Finally, we'll have fun. So learning will be fun. They'll get inspired, they'll laugh, and they'll get pages and pages of notes to go out there and build a great career and a great life. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Finally, I just want to say I'm looking forward to your visit in Norway and in Bergen, February 14th, and can't wait to see you there.
Well, I must say I'm really, really excited to be in Norway in February and to meet the people and to bring the Lead Without a Title message to Norway for the first time. It'll be my first time in Norway, and I'm really thrilled and very excited to be attending the workshop.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you for all your support.